Welcome everyone. Well, you must be watching the replay right now. We have nobody in the room, but maybe some people will drop in. But we are here to basically share the second part of what we were continuing from last month, which is mindset and doTERRA for weight loss. So welcome, I'm Michelle.
I'm Heather.
And to continue what we're going, so to recap what happened on the last call, and thank you everybody who requested the replay. We had a lot of requests for the replay of that one. It was basically how I sort of embarked on a journey, having been dieting a lot of my life and having a lot of weight struggles and things like that, and a lot of weight fluctuations. I decided I really wanted to break this cycle of the constant dieting and the constant weighing and the constant looking for new ways to lose weight and different diets and things like that. And it's funny, I do a morning mindset call for my business in the morning, and I was talking a little bit about this, and it's funny because I've had a few people now who haven't seen me for a period of time. Last time on the last call, I think I'd lost 6 kilos. So on this time last month, I'd already lost 6 kilos, and I did that in about a week, which is a very short period of time. But since then, I've lost now 10.2 kilos in total. And I've also gained 3 kilos and lost 3 kilos again. So it's more like 13.2, because I did go away on holiday. I did mention that in the last call. I went away on holiday. As predicted, I did gain some weight.
You were living with feeders, though, weren't
Yes,
you?
I was living.
It was a feast. It was a happy time. It was
yeah.
festive period. So
basically, the whole holiday revolved around eating, and it was my mother-in-law's cooking, so I couldn't really, say no, and it was a lot of food. And it was also the big feast kind of festival here. It's like a Christmassy type event. So it was a lot of eating. So I did gain 3 kilos, but I came back, and this has all happened since the last month, and I'm still down 10.2 kilos. So whatever I'm doing is working. And the funny thing is, I was mentioning in this call this morning that a lot of people have seen me and asked me what I'm doing. And for the first time, it's been really hard for me to actually define that, because I've not been on the cabbage soup diet. I've not been on the egg fast diet. I've not been. We did that once. I've not been juicing. I've not been doing any of these sort of diets.
The fads
or anything like that. To drop this weight, I've literally been doing a lot of mindset work, going through a lot of questioning, going through a lot of digging deep as to the causes and the reasons why I've been keeping myself overweight all this time and stuff like that. So it has literally been a journey, a process. But I talked a lot in the last call about the mindset side of things and the process and the journey and the story behind it and everything that's happening. But this call, I really wanted to focus more on the oil side of things, because oils have been a big part of my journey. And I think a lot of it actually for me was trying to break this paradigm in my mind of the things that we tell ourselves. So, I'm in my 40s now, and one of the things that I immediately thought coming into my 40s was, my metabolism is going to be slower, so it's going to be harder to lose weight. So when you start telling yourself these types of things, or I've had 5 kids now, it's going to be super hard to lose this belly fat, and, we kind of I think unconsciously start telling ourselves these stories.
Start making these excuses almost.
Especially as you start to hit 40, because everywhere I'm bombarded with, are you over 40? You've got to do this. Are you over 40?
Middle-age spread is going to come to you.
Yeah, so all these terrible things that are going to happen when you're over 40 that sort of implant in your mind that it's going to be difficult to lose weight. So I decided that I really had to do something to shift that. And I thought, for myself, and this is me, and I'm not saying everyone is the same, but for myself, I thought, well, if I was actively doing things to sort of counteract those beliefs and those thoughts, like, well, my metabolism might be slowing down if I'm over 40, but I can take a metabolism boosting oil, and then I can keep telling myself, I've got something to help with that. So that won't be a problem for me. And I literally started doing that. So, and it's funny because I noticed throughout the time when I was losing weight, sometimes I would do a lot of oils in a day and sometimes I wouldn't. And I would always notice when I didn't do the oils that the weight loss did actually slow a lot or stopped for a few days. And I would start the oils up and then suddenly it would start again. Now, I don't know whether that's a placebo effect.
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
I know people, a lot of my friends, they're not really into the oils and not really believers in the hocusy-pocusy stuff. And they always say, well, maybe it's just a placebo and is it really working? I'm like, does it actually matter?
Yeah.
If it's working, whether it's in my mind or not,
Yeah.
maybe it is in my mind, but my mind's doing what it needs to do to make it work, and I'm getting the
Exactly.
results needed. For
And I
whatever.
did definitely want to say that, because I'm not saying if you suddenly start drinking a drop of grapefruit every day, your belly fat is going to disappear. But in my mind, like I'm like before I go to bed, for example, and I think, oh, I'm going to go to sleep now, so my metabolism is going to slow down while I'm sleeping. I'll have some grapefruit, or I'll have something that's going to boost my metabolism. When I wake up in the morning and I want to, have that zhuzh, I'll have a cup of coffee with ginger in it, so I'm using the oils essentially to change my mindset, as well as reaping the benefits of the
Physical
oils,
one, yeah.
the physical benefits of the oils. So this is where this whole mindset and doTERRA thing comes in, because yes, the oils do have certain properties which I'm focusing on throughout this process.
Yeah, there's lots of scientific research has been done that, there are scientific physical benefits from the oils. So yes, whether it's a placebo or not doesn't matter, but there is science, and there, lots of experiments have been done to say that physically they do make such a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is that science, and that's kind of, I'm a very sort of down to earth, person in terms of, if it's, somebody says that, then it's backed by science, there might be some truth in it. So that's good for my belief system personally, that I think, okay, well, this oil has been proven to do this, and then I'll take it. So my go-tos have definitely been ginger, turmeric, lemon, a lot of citrusy ones actually, lemongrass, bergamot. And it's funny, we didn't do it the other day, we had a few gin and tonics the other day, but if I've had a gin and tonic on my own without you, I've always thought to myself, I'll put lemongrass in, because then it'll counteract the alcohol.
Cancels out the badness.
Yeah, so my metabolism might not slow down.
That might be a placebo effect. Not sure whether
No, well, I believe it. I'm taking it. So I've been taking a lot of lemongrass, and grapefruit, like I said. So I've been doing what I consider metabolism boosting oils, fat burning oils, because I think that's contributing to my beliefs about how my body is releasing weight and losing weight, and I believe it's contributing to the release of this weight. And we wanted in this session to sort of basically go through some of the oils that you could potentially use if you were in the same position where you were looking to lose weight, but you also wanted to know a bit more specific about what these oils are actually for, because some are for fat burning, some are for metabolism, some are for cravings, and it, you might decide, I'm feeling really sluggish right now, maybe I want something to give me that boost, or, even if, you can use oils to boost your energy levels.
Motivation to make you want to cook that healthy dinner instead of getting a takeaway, or to motivate you to go on that extra long dog walk, or to do a workout. Sometimes it's about the motivation that you need to kind of get you going, because when you're doing it you enjoy it, but sometimes it's just that you need the help with. So maybe an oil just for the motivation is great.
Absolutely. So I'm going to hand over to Heather now, because I've kind of shared with you the oils that I've personally been using in coffee and water primarily. But Heather's got some details about the oils and what they can do for you if you don't particularly want to use the ones I've been using. Well, I have been using cinnamon.
Well, okay, so I'm going to backtrack a little bit. So Michelle and I met on Thursday for a few little sneaky gins and a catch up, and I hadn't seen her since our last call, so obviously I was quite surprised. I was like, oh my god, you look amazing, wow. So I was like, okay, tell me about this biohacking thing, because it's very much a Michelle thing. It's something she's been doing, and I'm like, okay, I want to get on board with this, because I feel icky talking about weight loss, because, you know, it's something I need to work on. So I felt a bit icky about it. So Michelle was explaining about the biohacking and stuff. So I went away and I was really thinking about it and thinking, okay, I need to start digging deep. Why, you know, what do I need to work on and where do I need to go? And I was thinking about, I think I've mentioned this to you before, I was thinking about the word loss. Now, talking about biohacking, I was thinking about how to biohack the mind, and it's the mindset and things. And loss is such a negative word. Anytime you think of loss, it's like, I lost somebody, I lost some money, I lost something, and it's always got this negative connotation to it. And I was thinking, when we use that word, what are we telling our mind? Our mind does not want to lose something, so it goes, I need to get that back.
It's a very good
So whether it comes back in a month, in a year, in 2 years, our mind will do whatever it has to do to recover loss. And then I was like, but hang on a minute, we're using it in a positive way. It's weight loss, surely that's positive. And I thought, whoa, Heather, what are you talking about? A lot of you probably know that actually I'm a full-time teacher. And with my kids at the beginning of every year, I do a little exercise, and it's used based on kinesiology. Now, we don't know an awful lot about kinesiology, but it's trying to let the kids know that what they think about affects their entire body. So kinesiology is muscle testing. So I get 2 students up to the front of the class, they get them to hold out their arm, and I push down on it with 2 fingers, and I go, okay, that's the control, that's how strong it is. And I give them a card each. And I say, okay, think about that card. Believe in that card. I want you to think of a time when you experienced that card, the word on the card. Don't tell anyone the word, but really focus on it. Believe in it, breathe it. Okay, now hold your arm out again. So we've done the control, and I push it down. And the one that goes down, and they're like, but I'm giving the same amount of resistance, the same amount of pressure, the same everything. And the arm goes down, and one of them's even stronger. So they turn their card around, they're like, da-da, and one had win, so their arm was even stronger, and one had lose. And it went down. And I was thinking, well, I'm telling myself, but I'm using lose in a positive way, but the mind doesn't see it in a positive way. So I was thinking, okay, we need to stop using this word lose and start looking at gaining health, gaining a weight reduction, gain. And biohacking
is about adding
our minds.
Yes, it really is. And it's biohacking is definitely about the mind. And I had one primary thing like that I wanted to do, and it was break this cycle of the constant
up, down,
looking to lose weight, finding something, forcing it, struggling, striving, getting some weight off, feeling good about that, and then gaining it back again, because it's so disheartening. Like if anyone here has ever had a weight problem, or if you're listening now and you've ever had a weight problem, it's just it consumes your life. And I wanted to use that time that I was consuming with this whole trying to lose weight thing. I want to put something else in my life. I want to spend that time with my kids, or spend it, thinking about something else, thinking about my business, thinking about anything.
You said it was about loving the process, and I like that. Tonight you've used the word release quite a lot, which I thought, well, that's a nice way to put it. You're releasing the weight.
Yeah.
So you're not losing it because you're like, panic mode, I need to get it back, I need to get it back. So that was part of what I was thinking about after we spoke the other day, because I thought, okay, I need to get into my head. I hold on to my weight for protection. I don't know what I'm protecting myself from. We're going to work on that, and we're going to talk through it, and she's going to help me dig deep and journal through this and stuff, and I'm going to be a willing victim. I mean, volunteer.
Yes. When we do this as well, as we go through this process, because I'm sort of trying to unpack, okay, what are the best, what's the best steps in the way to put this, and as we do this, we'll document it, so hopefully it's something that we can share with you guys as well as we're going through. But yes, it's going to require a lot of, it's funny because you think about weight loss and you immediately think like, right, I'm going to have to go and get my gym equipment.
And you think, oh, it's going to be hard. Weight loss is hard. Yeah. It's gym equipment, it's effort, it's struggle, it's
spandex. And then it's about meal prep and weighing and calories. Yeah, it feels like all this hard work, and I've not done any of that. I have literally not done any of that. And it's what this process is you literally stop. You literally give yourself a break from the looking for the next diet, looking for the next restriction, looking for the next way to get the weight off, looking for what problems you might have physically that is causing you to hold on to the weight. You know, like somebody I know is using things like, oh, well, I have a borderline underactive thyroid, and, you know, I'm this age now, and, you know, genetics, and...
You could be talking about me here, actually. I've got an underactive thyroid, and yeah, getting older.
Or, you know, like, genetically in my family, the women have all been big, you know, and that's what I want to get away from, because we're using those as a blanket, a security blanket, because when we use those, we say, actually, it's okay that I'm the way I am, you know.
But it is okay if that's...
It's okay if you're happy.
Yes.
It's okay if you're happy that way. And I've always said this. To me, it's not about... Because you were asking me, oh, like, how low do you think you'll go and where do you think you'll stop? And before, like, I would have a target in mind because of some sort of, you know, size or something like that, but only because I would take the top end of where I could possibly think, like, I could talk to myself to get to, you know, like, because it always felt like torture, and I'll torture myself until I get there. And that's completely wrong. That's the wrong mind. You need to really, like, and this is why we really need to do this mindset work, because oftentimes we built up so many bricks of these things around us that it takes a long time, years and years of it. It takes a long time to chip away at it. It took me about a month, and I really dedicated myself to it. And uncovering things, you know, about how I had to approach my journey. I believe everybody is different. I believe that everybody's journey to the point where they start to release the weight is different. And I believe everyone's reasons for holding onto the weight and then wanting to release the weight is different. So this is why it requires a lot of inner work, because no one can tell you,
yeah, this is how you do it.
Yeah, no one can tell you you're this way because of this, you know, because it's in your head and you've got to find a way to dig it out. But I swear, as soon as you do, it's not a slow process. It's like it's done, and suddenly, intuitively, you are the person that you've always wanted to be and always wanted to become, and when it comes to weight loss. So, yeah.
Weight reduction.
Yeah, well, weight release. We'll call it a release.
So, yeah, we need to be mindful of what we're saying. But, yeah, I've been researching the science side, actually, to see scientifically what can help. And apparently a Korean study, women who performed abdominal self-massage daily with a blend of essential oils lost 4 times more belly fat than women who used unscented oils.
Wow.
So that's actually a science. And also there was a study in Italy that concluded that when inhaled through the nose, essential oils can help reduce body fat. Because we quite often talk about ingesting the oils, but it's not just the ingesting. The using them topically can do wonders, and also the diffuser, inhaling them. So we can use these oils on different levels, which your whole family can benefit from if they're in the diffuser, lots of different things. Now, the first product is the Meta Power. That's the new doTERRA blend.
Yeah.
It's the new version of Slim and Sassy, and what amazes me is that intuitively you have been using all these oils.
Oh, really?
Yep, so in the Meta Power, it's got grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon. And you've been using those quite just intuitively. This is what I need, and I'm going to try this. So that's the blend in there, and it's basically for healthy lifestyle, to create healthy regimes, used to increase energy, vitality, metabolic health, and weight management. Now, because we don't get the oils here in Egypt, it's quite challenging. I have got this pack coming over, and doTERRA on their training site actually have a 30-day Meta Power program. So I might try that. So I'll keep you posted on that. But the Meta Power one's great. Now, I know you've been putting a lot of oils in water. Water is key. So water naturally suppresses the appetite, it increases calorie burning, it removes waste from the body, it reduces overall liquid calorie intake. So instead of reaching for that cola, the water is going to satisfy and fill you up. It's necessary to burn fat. If you don't drink enough water, you won't burn the fat. And it helps with your workout, so it helps keep you hydrated. So,
and it flushes.
Yeah, it reduces all the toxins as it flushes them out. So water is absolutely key. And of course, adding the oils into the water is a great way to get the goodness of the oils into your system. So the oils in general can promote healthy digestion, because if you've got sluggish digestion, that's going to keep the toxins in, you're going to be uncomfortable, and that's going to cause an issue with your weight reduction. It can support and boost the metabolism. It can increase your motivation and your mood. So if you're feeling a bit, you can't be bothered, it's going to uplift you, so you feel able to go and do more. It can manage your hunger cravings and avoid overeating. So that's amazing to do this now.
That's one thing I will say. Like when people say, "What have you been doing?" It's more about. I apologise. My dog is barking outside because someone is coming in the gate. People are asking, "What have you been doing?" And it's really more about how I've been feeling. And it's really more about what's been happening to me physically. Like, for example, I'm somebody, if I was eating something super tasty, right? Like, and this would just be me, if I was eating something super tasty, if I was full to the brim, I would still want to finish it because it was so tasty. And then I would tell myself, like, oh, you deserve it. It's a treat, right? That is something that just literally overnight switched off in me.
But how many people grew up with finish what's on your plate? There's starving children in Ethiopia.
Yeah, Africa. It was always Africa.
There was starving it's Ethiopia. Starving children, eat what's on your plate, finish it.
Yeah.
And you kind of have that inbuilt in you. I think from childhood, I need to eat everything that's on my plate. Yeah. And sometimes, like you say, if it's really good, you're like, I need to eat all of this, but it tastes so good.
So that was me. But now I can literally eat something and eat like a little bit of something and just feel like, oh, that was nice, and I don't need to eat anymore. And it can sit there in the fridge, I'm not like, I used to sometimes put things back in the fridge and think, oh, like a chocolate bar or something like that. Get a chocolate bar, and I would eat like half of it, and I would put it back in the fridge and say, I'll have the rest tomorrow. I would go and sit on the sofa, and all I would do is think about the chocolate bar in the fridge. It's just like, oh, go and eat the friggin' chocolate bar.
It's talking to you.
Yeah. So, but honestly, that's one of the things that is just simply not there anymore in me, and it's really interesting. And the same thing for like overeating or eating too much. The same thing for the things that I'm craving or wanting to eat. It's just very much been a shift. And like I say, I've been taking the oils since day one of this process, so it could be relating to certain oils that I've been taking.
It's funny that you were just intuitively using the oils that are actually in the Meta Power Blend.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well done, Michelle. You have been picking up oil in full on the way.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I guess it wasn't something. I think I was like thinking like, oh, ginger is good for when you read like some things are good for staff and ginger's healthy, and I remember reading about these shots. And I've asked you about them. These like faddy diet shots and things like that.
Ginger and lemon.
And I've not done any of those cayenne pepper things. I've not done that, but I thought, okay, well, ginger's in it and ginger's healthy, and I've got ginger oil, so I use that. So it could possibly be, because I've been taking ginger every day, cinnamon every day, grapefruit every day, lemon every day. Peppermint I've not been doing so much, but I have been.
You inhale it a lot.
Yeah, I inhale it a lot.
So you have been using it. It doesn't have to be internally that you're taking these oils, it's just you're using these oils. There's a couple of other oils that I came across that are really good. Cassia. The cassia is quite similar to cinnamon. Again, it's a hot oil, toothpick swirl all the way, but you can add it to your water, and it's really good in a veggie cap. So you could use 2 cassia with 2 lemon, and that would help to ward off hunger cravings. So that would be a good one. So cassia, it stabilizes the blood sugar levels, because when your blood sugar levels aren't right, things aren't working right, and you start craving things that aren't good for you. Cassia promotes feelings of fullness and being satisfied, and it supports a healthy digestion and immune function. So that's really good. Because when your blood sugars aren't right and they're imbalanced, you crave those extra calories. But also the lemon is really good because it's cleansing and it protects the liver. And the liver is one of the most powerful organs for metabolism, for controlling the metabolism.
Metabolic rate.
That's the one. Yes. Thank you. So we need the liver working well. To work our metabolism. So lemon's really good for that. So cassia is fantastic. Mix it with lemon. That's a really nice one. If you're doing it in water, Toothpick Swirl, because it's quite a powerful one. It's something you could add to your coffee in the morning.
Yeah, I've put cassia in coffee. I've got cassia.
So
And when I ran out of the cinnamon, and I substituted with the cassia.
yes. And so yeah, there's cinnamon. Cinnamon also supports the healthy blood sugar level. It supports healthy metabolic function, helps suppress appetite, which is good, and it fights sugar cravings by supporting healthy blood glucose levels. So again, you can use it in your coffee, in your breakfast smoothie, really good first thing in the morning. You can put it in your veggie cap, and it really helps prevent the cravings and the overeating. So if you know you're quite prone to overeating, and you know you're going out somewhere where you're going to overeat, have a drink, a nice smoothie, something, even veggie cap with cinnamon in it, and that's going to help support you with that one. So cinnamon's good for that.
Yeah, I must admit, like, I mean, I have put oils in coffee, and then when I'm drinking water, I'll put, like, tasty oils in it. But when I'm doing these, like, sometimes the oils don't taste so nice, you know, things like that. I literally just take a little shot glass and just fill a little shot glass with water, put the oils in, and just down it.
Yeah.
It's, whoa, zingy.
It's in there.
It's gonna wake you up in the morning, I'll tell you. But that's what I've actually been doing, and it's funny because I'm not really eating breakfast now, and I think because I take a lot of these oils that curb hunger and appetites and things like that, I tend to go longer in between eating, and I think it's probably because of those oils. And I do sort of fasting in the morning, like when I wake up, I'll do my coffee with my ginger and then take like a little shot of oils.
But you've got really upped your water intake.
Yes,
so again,
I have, yeah.
That's keeping you going. It starts your metabolism in the morning, and it's like, okay, waking up. So that's really good. The water is key. And honestly, if you don't like drinking water, put the oils in the water. Get your tangerine in there, or your lemon, any of your citrus oils in the water. Makes it so much more palatable.
But also I've noticed as well, it's definitely helpful for skin. I've noticed like a change in my skin since I'm drinking all this water. And you feel very internally cleansed.
Yeah.
I didn't really drink a lot of water before, but you can really notice the difference.
Well, it's flushing out the toxins, and if you don't flush out the toxins, they stay in your body, and you feel that kind of sluggish. You feel dirty inside, like just sluggish and icky, and the water helps kind of combat that. Bergamot is fantastic.
I've been drinking.
Helps reduce cortisol levels, and that's a key factor for helping to keep unwanted pounds off. It contains things which may combat fat and excess sugars, and it reduces anxious feelings to counteract emotional eating. So if you're one of those people that eats when you're happy, or eat when you're sad, or eat when you're scared, or eat when you're stressed, it's a good one for that. Emotional eating is a massive thing for people.
I was the same too. Like with 5 kids and stress at work and things like that. My first thing would be food or drink. It's like that was my go-to. Like
I had a hard day at work. Okay, I'm going to treat myself with something really nice to eat, something really nice to drink. It's that emotional connection to food. It's that dopamine hit that you get from food.
Yeah. But I've really started, I've been really starting thinking about my alcohol intake. That was the first thing, and when I started doing the oils, like thinking how I could make interesting drinks without it being wine or gin.
Well, actually, the next one, juniper berry, is actually very nice in gin also. But that supports detoxing, it supports the liver and kidney health, and it helps reduce water retention. Because I think when you first released a lot of the weight, a lot of it was water retention and inflammation.
Yes, 100%. I believe that. And also, I know that the second time around, after I came back, so I'd been eating, I was telling Heather, I've been eating pretty clean. I was craving salads and, like really nice sort of clean, whole, healthy foods. I'd been craving those. So I had been eating pretty clean. And then when we went away, although it was all home-cooked food, it was very heavy.
Carbohydrates, very stodgy, wasn't it?
Very oily, very heavy, lots of pasta. Lots of fats, lots of bread. Like bread is an absolute staple with every meal. So I came back.
Bread, rice, and potatoes, and pasta all in the one dish, and you're like, whoa, what is that?
And then I was asking for salads, and the salads were coming out like this. Like it was bowl of ketchup or something. So for me, I really noticed almost immediately the effect that the food was having on my body, and coming back and having gained 3 kilos on the scales, I knew that probably half of that was, you know, just the water coming back and the inflammation, because they say as well, if you eat a lot of pasta and stuff like that, that makes you hold on to water. Bread is very bloating. So I did come back, but I lost the 3 kilos again. I released.
Well done.
I released the 3 kilos that came back.
No longer needed. But yeah, juniper berry is great for flushing out the toxins of the body, reducing the bloat, the water retention. Really good. Add it in a veggie cap. Add it to citrus drinks. You can add it to gin. You can add it in recipes. Anything like that. Really nice.
Yeah, gin is carb free, by the way.
I didn't know that. Okay. Tangerine. I love tangerine. That's one of my favourite oils. Great to put in water. That supports healthy metabolic function. It contains powerful antioxidants, boosts energy, uplifts the mood. It's just a wonder oil. Stick it in your water. You could put it in a veggie cap, but it tastes so good, I don't think you'd want to. If you're cooking, it's amazing in salad dressings. So if you want to make your own salad dressings, add the lemon, the tangerine, all the citrusy things in there. Really nice. Tangerine's a fantastic one. Fennel.
Oh.
Fennel is amazing for cravings.
Oh, okay.
So it's a really sweet oil. If you're craving something really sweet and you're like, I need cake, I need something, get a little shot of water, add some fennel, and drink it. And it will take away that craving. It gives you that sweetness that you're craving. It's good for healthy blood sugar levels. It supports digestion. It combats sugar cravings because it's got that sweet licoricey type flavour. Smells amazing. It's one that I really like the smell of. So you can put it under your tongue, like the frankincense, just under your tongue. You can put it in water. You can put it in a veggie cap. Again, salad dressings. You can cook with it. But it'll get rid of, you were talking about that feeling of like internally feeling sluggish and all icky. It'll help get rid of that, gets rid of the bloating, and helps metabolism, liver function, everything. Fennel is amazing. It's one of those oils that people don't really think of when they think of essential oils.
Yeah, I think of just cooking with fennel.
Yeah, no, the essential oil is fantastic. So really good for your cravings and get rid of that sluggish, icky feeling. Ginger, you've been using ginger, so it's good for healthy digestion. Digestion is key. We really need to focus on getting our digestion healthy. That's a big thing for me. I quite often would use digestin in the classroom, actually, even with the kids. But yeah, ginger's great for that. Helps support healthy cortisol levels, reduces bloating, gas, and indigestion. So, healthy digestion system is obviously key when you're trying to lose weight. Again, put it in water, put it in a veggie cap, put it in one of your little juice shots. You've been using it in coffee. You quite like it in coffee. Again, it's great in soups, especially if you're doing like an oriental type soup. If you're doing a nice stir fry, veggie stir fry, or chicken stir fry, fantastic in there.
My son puts it in
great.
salad. He makes just salads with it in. So
salad dressing, really nice. Bit of lemon juice or some lemon and a bit of oil, mix it all up, fantastic. It's calming when diffused. So if you actually put it in the diffuser, it can calm you down, but it also gives you that nice energy boost. So it's going to stop you from wanting to run out and get a takeaway, not want to do that workout. It's going to give you that nice, calm, uplifting feeling of, right, I can go to do this. I want to continue and carry on. So that's always really nice. Grapefruit, I know you use grapefruit a lot. Reduces water retention. So I think that's been key with you releasing all the excess water. Good for metabolic function. It's a powerful detoxifier. It's cleansing. It reduces cravings and hunger. You can add it to water. You can add it to juices. You can put it in a veggie cap. Again, it's a really nice tasting oil, so it's not one that you need to kind of disguise in a capsule. You can salad dressings. You can cook with it. Dry brushing with grapefruit oil is fantastic. Gets all the circulation going again. Or massaging it into the lumpy bump areas, really good for breaking down cellulite.
I will say my mum mentioned this. My mum has blood pressure issues, and apparently the doctor said don't have grapefruit. But
I haven't heard grapefruit with blood pressure. I've heard grapefruit with cholesterol.
No, I don't know.
So if you've got high cholesterol or if you're on cholesterol medication, you have to be very, very careful.
But either or with any of these things, it's always best to check that, like any oils that you're going to ingest, if you've got any medical conditions, you should check that they're compatible.
Definitely. Lavender you wouldn't think of for weight loss, but if you don't get enough sleep, you will not reduce the weight.
Yeah, and
this is key.
I was for my sleep, because sleep is part of biohacking. So we've talked a lot about things actually which are part of the biohacking process, which is basically making a list of things that you are deciding to do to have a healthier lifestyle. So obviously for me, sleep was a big one. It was a really key one. And I do notice again that just like when I reduce the oils or take the oils out, if I have poor sleep, also I see very poor results as well. So I really focused on sleep. But if you want to drink before bed and you want a cold drink before bed, then lavender and vanilla is just so nice before bed to just drink that and then go to sleep. It's like just a tip for you there. It's really good for sleep.
Yeah. And the vanilla gives you that kind of sweetness. Actually, vanilla and grapefruit's a fantastic combination as well.
Yeah,
that tastes like cream soda. If you add it to soda water, you're going to get that sparkly, fizzy, like you've got a fizzy juice.
Yeah.
But yes, lavender. I remember I was seeing a dietitian once. It was years and years ago, and it was to try and sort out hormone levels and stuff. And she said to me, "It doesn't matter what you do. If you're not sleeping enough, you will not reduce your weight."
Yeah, I 100% believe that.
Simple as that. Doesn't matter what you do. And I would say I sleep between 4 and 5 hours a night, and it's broken sleep.
You're joking?
No, sleep's an issue. So this is something that I need to work on. But yeah, lavender is going to help you reduce those anxious feelings, which again keep you calm. It's going to help support healthy cortisol levels. But if you're feeling calm, you're going to resist that urge to emotionally eat. You're going to not reach for the heavy carbohydrate foods that are going to give you the energy, or so you think, and give you that comfort, that huggy, comfort feeling from the chocolate or the potatoes and all that kind of starchy, heavy food. It's going to calm the mind and just let you have that peaceful, relaxing sleep that you need to function in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Because for me, this isn't about reducing weight. For me, this is about gaining health.
Yes, but it's also, for me, actually, it was more about feeling better about myself, and it was really about the relationship with myself. And I think as soon as I realised it's not about losing weight, it's about mending the broken relationship with me after years of telling myself I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that, I'm ugly, and I'm not attractive, and like after years and years and years of beating myself up. And it's so funny, because we were talking about the clothes thing. I bought this pair of jeans on my birthday. Because
the ones you wore in the last call.
The ones, yeah, the ones
even though it was a million degrees.
And it's so funny because I bought these jeans as like a statement to say, I'm worthy, my body is worthy now of new clothes. This is what I'm talking about, the mindset. Sometimes we have to unpack these things. And I thought, okay, well, I've told myself all these years, I'm overweight, I don't deserve to have new clothes. And I decided, okay, I'm going to let go of all that now, and I deserve to have new clothes. These jeans are like literally hanging off. It's like the irony of years and years and years of saying you don't deserve new clothes, you don't deserve new clothes, and being the same weight pretty much for years, going up primarily, not going down. And then suddenly, by like saying I deserve new clothes, my body deserves new clothes, and I genuinely meant it. I really genuinely meant it, and I went with the full thing, like I deserve to have new clothes, and that really was a huge trigger for me. And since then, these jeans are too big. So
I've got an 11-year-old daughter, and I'm very mindful of the language I use in front of her, because I never try and say I'm dieting or I'm trying to reduce my weight or anything. I say I'm trying to get healthy. And she's like, what do you mean? And I say, well, I'm not. And she says, so you're trying to lose weight? I said, no, I'm not healthy at this size. It's not good for my body. So I'm trying to gain health.
Yeah.
And that's a key thing in our house about gaining health, because I'm not healthy at this size. I'm on thyroid medication, I'm on cholesterol medication, lots of different things. So for me, it's about gaining health. I've given up. It's not about how I look. I'm like, okay, I'm not interested in that in a minute. I'm interested in being healthy. So yeah, it's about, everyone's got a different thing, haven't they?
They do. But having said that, and I do agree with that 100%, it still comes back to, you need to create, like if you are in a situation where you are overweight, you know, and I know this from myself, I can learn to accept myself, and I can even learn to look in the mirror after I've done my hair and my makeup and got dressed up and think, you know, you're not too bad, you know. But in the end, I wanted to be able to look in the mirror and feel happy with me, and I wasn't happy at the weight I was, and that for me is just a big part of this was to create a vision. And funnily enough, I made the vision this dress. So I had this dress, yeah, it was this, so I would visualize myself in this dress, because I bought it and I loved the dress, and I bought it and I put it on, and like literally I had to peel it off. It was like a sausage skin. And I felt so disappointed because I love this dress so much, and I literally just threw it in the wardrobe and didn't think about it again. But then I became very mindful of, right, what would I really love? And I just thought that dress, and I thought, right, I would love to get into that dress. And then I started every single day doing my accountability, which is my gratitude, and asking myself more questions, digging deeper into me and why I was doing this. And every day I would have this visualization of me standing in this dress, and here I am about 5 weeks later, standing in this dress, and I couldn't get it over my hips pretty much.
She's not had it off since.
And I'm not, and I've kept it on. I sleep in it every night. Literally. not that bad, but yeah, I like wash and wear it now, because it's like my favourite dress now, and
it looks fabulous. I said that the other day. I was like,
thank you.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so yeah.
The next one is lemon. Like I said before, lemon's key for liver function. Again, it helps digestion, it's detoxifier, it's cleansing, it suppresses your appetite to avoid overeating. And again, it's something, add to your water, put in your veggie caps, add to your cooking, add in your salad dressings, put it on your diffuser, add it. If you're putting it on topically, make sure it's at night, not in the daytime, because it's photosensitive. And I always go on about this, citrus oils, in particular lemon, very photosensitive, so you don't want to go out in the sun when you've got it on your skin. Peppermint. Peppermint is a great one. It boosts the mood, awakens the senses. Sometimes we eat things, and you know when you've been eating unhealthy for ages, everything just kind of tastes the same. And when you start eating clean and you eat something, you can taste those flavours. So peppermint is great for awakening the senses, so you can actually taste your food and enjoy it, and actually take a bite and be like, what flavours have we got? Okay, that's really good. Okay, next thing. So awakening those senses, decreasing gas and bloating, because if you're bloated, it can be incredibly uncomfortable. It doesn't look good. You can physically look bloated, and it's just not very, very nice at all. Reduces appetite and cravings, and energizes you to help you to get your workouts done.
Yeah.
So peppermint is just a great one. If you're feeling really brave, you can actually put a drop or 2 drops under the tongue, and it's like, I think in America we have Altoids, you know, the breath mint sweets things, or in the UK we have extra strong mints. It's like an extra strong mint. They have supersonic strength ones where you've got that cool, airy, like
a fisherman's friend.
Yes, that's the one. Yes, like that. Absolutely amazing. You can add it to drinks, to tea, to green tea, anything like that. You can cook with it. Add it to chocolate brownies. Kind of is off topic, but yes, peppermint is a lovely one. But again, less is more. It's a very strong oil.
Well, it's funny, it's not really off topic, and I was just thinking about this a second ago, that nothing is out of bounds for me. Like, I never say to myself, I can't have anything. Like,
well, we make chocolate brownies, and we add wild orange to them all the time, and we've convinced ourselves in my house that it's super healthy because it's got essential oil in it.
Like me in the gym.
Yes, exactly. So it kind of works, you know, add the oils in, and then you can eat double. No, but no, I like that nothing's off.
Yeah, I don't say to myself that anything is off limits now. I am allowed to have anything I want when I want it. And it's funny, it's just you simply don't want it anymore. Or if you do have it, I've also practicing, and this is part of the biohacking, one of the things I'm doing is mindful eating. So before, when I used to kind of grab things on the go, sit at my desk and eat while I was working, stuff like that, I don't do any of that anymore. When I have food in front of me, I am present with that food. And I, like you say, savouring that food. I'm eating every bite of that food. I'm chewing that food.
Yeah, because quite often you're eating on the run. I know, like at school, if I even get a chance to eat, I'm eating while doing books or setting up for the next lesson. At home, I'm quite often eating in front of the television, or I'm very rarely present when I'm eating. So that's an interesting one. It is
an interesting one, because I was always the same. And sometimes I think I would overeat because I'd forgotten I'd even eaten, or I wasn't really...
You're not listening to your body. You're not registering that until signal that you get.
Yeah, because you're so distracted with other things. You're just eating for the sake of eating. So mindful eating is something that I've, again, been doing since day one, and I really think about my food now. And even when I go to the fridge and I don't see anything in the fridge that I really, really want to eat, like, oh, that looks tasty, I want to eat that, I just don't eat anything. And I'll say, right, I'll wait. I'll wait till dinner, or I'll go out in half an hour and I'll go to the supermarket and get myself a really nice salad. Or, so I used to eat a lot for the sake of eating, and it would always be, oh, the kids have got chicken nuggets tonight, so I'll have chicken nuggets, or there's French fries. It would be whatever anyone else is having, rather than what I really, really wanted to eat. And now I will wait, and I will wait for something that I know I really want to eat, whatever that is. Sometimes it is chicken nuggets, but, it won't ever be anything that I'm just sort of stuffing in
for the sake of it.
For the sake of it, yeah.
See, I think I have switched off my inner hunger system.
Yeah.
That alerts me, like, you need to eat soon, you're getting hungry, okay, you're hungry. So I've switched that off, and I think it's because I've always been busy, and I'm like, I don't have time to eat, I need to focus on this, and I'm hyper fixated on something, and I'm in the zone and I can't come out of it. And unfortunately, then I get to that level of, feed me now or else.
So
and I get
hungry.
Hangry.
Yeah.
Past hungry. I haven't felt hungry, so I don't feel hungry until I get to that I'm past hungry stage. And then it's just like, you need to feed me right now. And at that point, I am past the stage of being able to make anything. I'm being past the stage of being able to even think what I want.
Yeah, so you just grab whatever.
So when I look at what's in the fridge, I can't think, well, if I put that together, it'll make a meal. It just looks like stuff. But when you look at a takeaway menu, you see meals, and then, okay, feed me that. And then I end up having a takeaway, which is not good. So it's that I need to switch on to that, being mindful of what my body needs and when it needs it. Yeah. And listening to that and get to that mindful stage.
But it's interesting because of that, and because I knew I do that, it was always then like, oh, well, I can't lose weight unless I have a lot of food prep, which is also something I rarely get to do. I mean, I have 5 kids in the house, but they're teenagers through to babies. Everyone's eating different things. No one's eating the same thing. Everyone eats at different times. My son has his schedule. My daughter's hardly ever eats, but she has her schedule. And then I've got 3 other daughters who are sort of all very random, like from babies, little toddler to a 9-year-old. So for me, like the thought of meal prep and planning, it's just like to be able to please everyone. It's more kind of like, okay, well, what do you want for dinner tonight? I'll make that. What do you want for dinner tonight? Yeah. And, I would always fit in with other people, and I would always just think, oh, well, I'll eat that. But now it's like, no, I deserve to eat something that I want to eat, so I will wait. And I will eat when I want to eat, or I will eat what I want to eat, as opposed to just,
that's what they're having, so I'll have it too.
Yeah. And if I think about that in advance, I don't do meal prep per se, but I will always make sure there are certain things in the fridge that if I did, not have anything to eat, I could make a quick salad up, or, like I do, I like sort of like, I like burritos and things like that, but oftentimes eating a lot of bready stuff won't make me feel good, so I'll do like lettuce wraps instead, and get lettuce and wrap that in. So again, it's just fine. And eggs, I eat loads of eggs, so I eat eggs with like a lot of vegetables, like you can just chop up some pepper, chop up some onion, throw it in the pan, put a few eggs in, and that's quick omelette. So I've because of my mindful eating, and because I think more about what do I want to eat, what do I like to eat, it's definitely helped, and it's definitely again made me say, well, I deserve to feed myself what I really want to eat, and I deserve to exercise when I really want to exercise, and if I don't want to exercise, I don't. You know, it's very, very interesting relationship that you have or you develop with yourself, and it really is all down to the relationship that you have with yourself, and then you incorporate these things like the oils and
Yeah,
the
the
food
oils
and
will support that.
yeah, you incorporate these things into it, you know, like, okay, well, sleep is something I need to work on. That's what I'm going to do this week. How, and then I would start thinking to myself, right, how can I get a better sleep? Yeah, I could use the oils. Yeah, I could do this. I've set a timer to tell me half an hour before I set my time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed in half an hour, you know, like that. I do these things for me now as opposed to winging it, you know. So this is kind of like,
Yeah, because a lot of us are in survival mode.
yeah,
Where we're just surviving and winging it most of the time without any sort of plan and without anything in place for us.
Yeah, but then when we think to ourselves, putting something in place is like this big effort, and you know, it's, oh god, I'll start working on that next week and things like that. And it really doesn't have to be. With the biohacking, it's about tackling one little problem at a time, until you suddenly go through this massive mindset shift and everything's on autopilot. And that's literally what it is. It's like you then suddenly, as soon as you unlock the reason why you're holding on to the weight and you know exactly what you need to do, which is the opposite of that, and you do it, then you literally switch into the autopilot mode of self-care, which for me, I always imagined it would be a struggle. So this stuff is really, really valuable.
I do think the oils, though, are a game changer with helping the support.
Absolutely.
And up-leveling everything.
Yeah, and for me, like I say, I've been very, again, mindful of using them every day. And when I haven't, like, for example, when I went away on a holiday, you know, I didn't take the oils with me. And, you know, I gained 3 kilos, yeah. But then I immediately started them when I got back, and then I think the first day I lost 1 kilo, you know, like, which was probably water and stuff like that. But, you know, I definitely think putting the oils back in contributed then to getting myself back on track, both physically and psychologically. Because for me, it was like, okay, I've got the oils now, I've got this support, I've got this, you know, I'm going to boost my metabolism again now, I'm going to get that going, and I'm going to, you know, like, get better sleep now because I've got my lavender back, and, you know.
A great thing to do with the oils, actually, if you're doing veggie caps, because I'm very much, if I don't see it, I don't use it. So I have little oil stations around the house, because if I have to go and hunt them out and find them, I'm just not going to use them. It's just as simple as that. I need to see it to use it. So I have an oil station in the kitchen, and I have one in the bedroom, and I have one in the bathroom with the oils that I use in those particular places. But with the veggie caps, sometimes it's a bit of a faff to get the oils out. Okay, I want 2 of that, 2 of that. Open up the capsule and drip it in every day.
That's why I just drip it in a shop.
But what I actually discovered is, if you were to make up a month's supply or a week's supply, and you worry about the oil going through and like breaking down the capsule and leaking or anything, put them in the freezer. So if you're making the oils one time and you're making a veggie cap, you might as well make 10. You know, it's just as simple. Quickly drop the oils in, seal them all up, put them in a little bag, put them in the freezer, and then just take them out of the freezer every day, and that is a great one.
And just, you know, you don't defrost them.
No, you don't defrost them, you just take them, they'll defrost inside. The good thing with the veggie caps is it's all about the absorption and where they're going to absorb. So because it's in a capsule, it's not absorbing in the esophagus, it's going down into the stomach, and they absorb into the gut, into the stomach. So the veggie cap's going directly there, it will dissolve in there, defrost, and it's, you know, an internal defrost. Yeah, but to actually make a batch of them and put it in the freezer, for me, is a game changer. Because I won't do them daily, I can't be bothered, it's a faff, it's a hassle, and I tell myself, do it goes on my list of things to do every day, and I don't always get round to it. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't.
So that would be a biohacking activity that you would add in for yourself. Once a week you do your
even once a month, if you're like, you know, I'm going to just get on it. And the other thing is, because if you think I need a holder, it's the Duplo, not the Lego plates, the Duplo plates.
Oh yes.
Because I was
Lego
trying
was
to
tiny.
fit it in an upside down Lego plate. They've got little holes in. And I was like, I could fit a capsule in here and balance them all out in a tray, and then just fill up lemon, frankincense, and fill them all and do whatever. And I was like, these won't fit. Duplo,
the bigger
slightly bigger, flip over your plate, put them all in, and you can line 20 up and just go through with your oils, and it's actually super quick and easy. And that's a really good hack for getting your capsules. So if you do think, I want to take these are the oils I want to use daily, but actually I don't want to faff around with them, and I don't want to carry them in my handbag or whatever, this is a good way to do it. And get yourself stations. Have the oils staring in the face. Yeah. Have it beside your water bottle when you're going to fill it up. Be like, okay, there's an oil, I'll add that.
Yeah.
Because if you're anything like me, you've got to see it to use it.
Yeah, that's why I've got them on the shelf in the kitchen, because I just know I can stand there and I've got my oils, put them in my coffee, put them in water, put them in everything.
It just takes that effort and hard work out of it.
It does, yeah. Okay, well, I think we've covered most of this. We're obviously, I would say this is definitely something that we're doing a lot of focus on inside All Me Up Baby now for ourselves.
On a personal level,
yeah, on a personal level, but I also think this is so valuable and so valuable to start getting into, and I think more and more people, like I had never considered using oils as a way, like, it's not the egg fast diet or a juice diet, or like it's just essential oils. But to me, definitely they've made a huge difference. And obviously now here I am, 10.2 kilos down. I'm going to keep going on my journey. I think this should be interesting, and I don't know where this is going to take me, but we'll see. We'll just keep going and see, and hopefully we'll also be able to together to create something that hopefully you can use to replicate this, and it works both ways. I've got someone in my wellness spa in my other business, and we were talking about this biohacking thing there, and she said she has the opposite problem. She has trouble gaining weight. So she has, but everything is a relationship with yourself and a relationship with food.
But because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Gaining weight and reducing or releasing weight is the same thing, just different ends of the spectrum.
Exactly.
Same spectrum.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just about finding that balance on that spectrum.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's interesting for me if this, this, again, it's more about working on the relationship with yourself, how that then impacts you, no matter what the situation is with your body, whether you're happy with your body the way it is, but you're just not happy with your health or your energy levels or something like that. Because you can be super, thin in a great
healthy
way, but you cannot, doesn't make you healthy, or it doesn't make you feel great. You can still feel lethargic or low in energy, or
still feel you don't look good,
Yeah, exactly. But it's about mending and healing that relationship with yourself, and then suddenly you don't need to fight with your body anymore, because your body is there helping and supporting you through this. And in the beginning, I always remember it. I don't say it too much to myself now, but every time I was thinking to myself, like when you have those moments where you want to do something that you don't really want to do, and then it would always be like, no, we've got your back. Like if I knew like I wanted to bounce, some part of me would want to talk myself out of it. Like, oh, Michelle, do you really want to do that right now? Because I'd be pumped to do it, and then it would be like, oh, but you could go and sit at your desk, or you could watch that movie, or you could put Netflix on, or you could
that little inner bitch.
Yeah. But normally that would win and take over, and I'd be like, oh yeah, just pour a glass of wine and go sit on the sofa, But there's another voice that came in. I'm not hearing voices, but there's another voice that does come in once you flip that switch, and it's like, no, come on, Michelle, we're doing this, like we got to get you a certain place. Like, I'm not going to let you down. I'm like, and it literally was like that.
I suppose it's about having the remote control for the volumes. Like, I can turn that one down, and I want to focus on this one, and actually being in a place where you can focus on what you want to focus on. And
funnily enough, the voice that's telling you, oh, you like, you don't want to do that now, do you? And thinking about, oh, shall I not do this? It's just not there anymore for me.
You've drowned it in oils.
Yes, I've drowned it in oils. Okay, well, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed the replay of this chat, this session. We would love to see you here. We do these on the 30th every single month. And if you're watching the replay, do leave a comment if any of this resonates with you. And we are looking forward to seeing you again next month with another update and some more information about oils.
But also, this is a great topic if you've got a team, because I'm sure you'd have loads of women on your team, and this is something really topical. So it's a great thing to start bouncing around with your team, start looking at what oils we've been talking about, how they can pass that on to their clients, and talking about things like that. So it's a great way to upsell your oils as well.
Definitely, definitely. Talking about the relationship to the body and what oils can support how the changes that you want to make. Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.